Katie Piper is here with her new book, Still Beautiful, that celebrates ageing with confidence. It is 17 years since her life-threatening acid attack, and Katie says that getting older is a reminder of the privilege of being alive, and she joins me now. Katie.
Morning.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What a beautiful book you've written.
Oh, thank you. I really hope that it's going to help lots of other people and be passed around, you know, as a bit of a handbook to women and men too, actually.
What did it do for you writing it? Because it feels there's a sort of... you're very, very raw, very honest, and as I've said, you're unfiltered, you know. As I was just saying to Richard there, he talks about his life very openly, as do you.
Yeah, I mean, it's a combination of a self-help book and an autobiography.
It is.
And I really didn't want to write another self-help book that says it's all on the inside and that's what counts, and go have a bubble bath, buy a bath bomb. Like, I think those things are unhelpful because that isn't how society operates. And the whole idea of the book was I was turning 40 and it was other people's reaction to me entering this new decade that took me back, like all those years ago, those 17 years ago that you mentioned, to that stark reminder that we place so much emphasis on women's beauty and their youth. You know, we really put it on a pedestal that if you are young and beautiful, you are powerful. And that has not been my experience. You know, at present day, I sit here now feeling more powerful than some of my most beautiful, youngest peers. And I really wanted to share that message with people that it is within you and nobody can take your power away from you unless you let them.
And what I think is really wonderful about it is, and I felt this as I was reading it, I think because we're in an age where we talk about anxiety a lot, and young people, young women and men, of course, have a lot of anxiety, and a lot of it can be tied up in Instagram and the way they look and not feeling great and all of these sorts of things, or not feeling successful enough, or whatever it might be.
All those comparisons.
All those comparisons.
Yeah.
But what I think is really refreshing, as you say in the book, is that even now there are moments where I think you activate your positive thinking, but it doesn't always come naturally. It's an effort, a daily effort, where you go, nope, I'm just on the precipice, nope, pull myself back.
Yeah,
don't
it's a
go
muscle,
down.
I
Yeah,
think.
this is what I'm saying, is that I think people think, I'll just wait until I feel better, but you activate that muscle of, I'm going to make myself stop thinking like this about myself.
Yeah, it's about being in control of your life and your thoughts. And I suppose also knowing we're all sort of striving for things that we think are external, like when I lose weight, I'll feel like this. When I meet someone else, I'll be more confident.
Yeah, you say romance isn't the answer to everything, which is so powerful.
So we wrap up all these, like, there's all these voids that we think if we fill them, we'll finally arrive. You will never arrive. The only way that you can feel truly happy is by finding that self-worth, you know, that confidence. It's a total inside job. There's nothing externally that you can purchase.
And it's really brilliant because sort of later on in the book you talk about getting ready for the BAFTAs.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I follow you. I'm obsessed with your Instagram because it's just so wonderful. I find it just like my daily dose of joy is watching you in your life. Yeah. And, you know, there are so many beautiful photo shoots you do, amazing dresses, and, you know, just all the makeup and beautiful beauty brands that you are an ambassador for and you work with.
Yeah.
And there's a moment in there where you're getting ready for the BAFTAs with a whole team around you, and you look at your hands and you think, I'm getting old.
Yeah, and it's an interesting thing, isn't it? Because what is age wrapped up in for us as women? It's wrapped up in maybe a reminder of our mortality, our fertility, and it is those outside messages of society saying we lose our value, which certainly isn't true. We actually romanticise youth, where we say, look back on our 20s and say, that was our heyday, the time of our life.
So true.
But I think for many people, your 20s are a time for experimenting, a time for mistakes. And I think when you look at the decade that I've entered, 40s and beyond, 50s and 60s, many of us are our most financially stable, our most secure, far more boundaried, able to say no. We know what we do and don't want. We can assert ourselves. So surely they're the heydays.
But what I enjoy also about the book is that you're saying it doesn't all... you're not on a great day every day as Katie Piper.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, you still go, I'm still human.
Yeah.
I still have those moments, and you've had a lot of surgery recently, and those moments are just in a human way distressing, and even you can catastrophise and feel scared whilst you're this great ambassador for bravery and resilience at the same time.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you have to be honest and transparent, and those moments don't necessarily have to break you. They can actually transform you, and I think all of us, when we're in great pain or trauma, we search for the why me, those questions. But actually, rather than saying why me, you should say, what next? you know, what am I going to do with this? What's going to be the defining legacy after this? And I think it's okay to go through those dark times, but to be vulnerable. And I think actually vulnerability doesn't put people off us. It's leadership. It brings us together because it's trustworthy, and we then see ourselves in other people and we connect, and connection is very healing.
Can you remember the moment, if there was one, all those years ago, where you felt yourself rise up against what had just happened to you, against everything that was going on in your life it could have ended your life? And was there a moment where you thought, no, I'm coming back?
I think a huge moment for me was going public with my story and sitting on sofas like this and being really honest about what I now looked like and who I was and what had happened to me. And the public reaction, and what the public reaction was massively positive, massively supportive. And there are so many survivors that walk amongst us, not just of domestic violence or burn injuries, you know, lots of invisible scars many people wear. And it was that sometimes unsaid thing when I was out in the street and people would nod and smile at me, where they were kind of saying, me too.
Yeah.
And I think it's that acceptance and that unity of people saying, you're fine just as you are. And then you start to practice self-acceptance as well.
Well, I think it's absolutely remarkable. It's a
thank
beautiful
you.
book. It is raw, you're very honest in it, and I took a lot from it myself.
Good.
So thank you
That's
so
so
much,
important.
Katie. Yeah, and Katie's book, Still Beautiful, on age, beauty and owning your space, is actually out today.
It's
You've been talking about it a
publication
lot,
day,
but congratulations. I'm glad you're with us
Thank
on
you.
publication day. Super stuff. Thanks, Katie. And that's a wrap for this video. We hope you enjoyed it. We have all the best moments from the show right here on the channel. And if you like this video, then we think you'll love this one. See you next time.